Dane Vilas, thanks for your time. Frustrating one. I reckon you fancy Middlesex were playing themselves into a nice position there.
Yeah, we were. I think the game was set up nicely after the two first innings, and it was going to be an interesting day today. We knew it was going to, if we worked hard and we bowled in the right areas, there was going to be a chance. But I think we were just frustrated by the rain yesterday and today, so unfortunately it just didn't happen.
I'm sure Derbyshire probably would have looked at it if there was another day. They'd have thought, well, maybe it could have set you 240 or so, and it would have been a good game of cricket. But Middlesex probably fought back every single time they needed to in this game.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would have been really interesting if the game went the full 4 days, and it would have been just a straight shootout for the second innings, which would have been really challenging and really interesting. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't happen like that. But today, we knew we had an opportunity. If we came out and bowled well and put them under pressure, anything could have happened. And yeah, it was also, again, setting up to be something special.
First flight back was the first day, wasn't it? You'd have been disappointed with that morning session on the first day, but the afternoon was brilliant from the bowlers.
Yeah, I think we were very disappointed with how we bowled in the first session, giving them too many runs and obviously not taking too many wickets on that first session where we felt there was lots happening. But I thought the way that the boys bounced back after that was incredible. And I think taking 5-6 wickets in that second session was brilliant, which really set us up leading into that, and then managed to bowl them out in that third session, and then manage that none down was a great fight back and ended the day really, really well.
Toby talks about rustiness in that first morning, which is a difficult balance for cricket. It's a talking point at the moment, isn't it? But it had been a long while since the championship game, and players then need to play themselves back in.
Yeah, playing with a red ball, it's completely different to bowling with the white ball. I know the boys have bowled a lot, with 50 over cricket, coming back from the 100 even. There's all different types of things, but it's bouncing back and getting that rust out. But I think if we're honest with ourselves, we could have done it a lot quicker, and it would have been a bit better. Which I know the standard that we set as a team, and the bowlers would have high standards to that. So yeah, maybe a little bit of rust, but I wish it came off a little bit earlier, because I think we bowled really well when it did come off.
Ryan Higgins bowled well throughout, didn't he? And again in the second innings.
Yeah, Higgins been fantastic. He's with the class. He's been for Middlesex for a long time. I thought he was really good. The partnerships that him and Toby bowled with, and then it allowed the other guys to come in. With Morgs and Stoney coming in there, bowling after him, sort of set the platform, which was really good. So he's been fantastic, and he asked some amazing questions throughout, in no matter what format he's playing.
Second flight back was with the bat, wasn't it? Elias Deploy, who guided the middle of that innings really nicely.
He did. He batted really well. A great captain's innings for him when there were a couple of dismissals around him. The way that he stuck in and held through was really good, and great to see, because he is a top player for us, and someone, when he's batting well and he's playing well, the team feed off that as well. So that's what you want, and you want your captain and your leaders to stand up like that, and he did out there on a big stage for us today.
Which is what Toby still did. He may not be the captain anymore, but he did it with the ball on the first day, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Toby's been a stalwart for the club. He's been a legend for us. So for him to keep on doing it, to get another fifer here at Lords, to get another fifer for Middlesex, and really lead that attack was excellent. And if we can have guys like him, who bowl well and really keep asking some serious questions of the batters, is what we want. And he was, again, brilliant.
2 more games to keep going, and the way the table's shaped up at the moment, it's 2 more wins required.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we knew we were going to have to play some good cricket in this month, in these 3 games, to put ourselves in good positions. But the cricket's a funny old game; anything can happen. And going up to Manchester is going to be interesting. It's going to be good to be back there and play. But yeah, I think if we play well, all we can do is concentrate on what we can do well. Follow the old cliche of the processes, and those things will take care of themselves. And then we can, that's all we can ask for.
Last time you were at Old Trafford, you were playing Middlesex. We won't linger on how well you did in that game, but it will be a strange feeling to be back, I'm sure.
It will be. It was nice to sort of get a little feel in the One Day Cup as well, to go back and be there. It's a great place. I love obviously playing there and being there. But it will be a bit different sitting in the away change room this time. But there's still the same passion and everything for what we're going to go and play and do well over there. And hopefully I can use a little bit of my knowledge to feed to the guys. But I think, look, the way that the guys are and the way they're playing, and with what we have and experience in the change room, I think it's all under control.
I was going to say, selection headache probably going into that one. There'll be bowlers, hopefully fit batters coming back into the game as well, but I guess you'll just have to pitch up and see the pitch before you make any decision on selection.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with selection we always want to make sure we're going to get the right team that's going to do well in the certain conditions and what's going to do the best for that specific game. So it will be selection headaches, but that's good. We want that as a coaching staff or as a team. We want guys pushing to play in the team and desperate to play, and we also want guys who are doing well to keep fighting and keep pushing for those spots as well. Unfortunately, you can only choose 11 to go out and represent, but yeah, good problems to have. But yeah, it's great to see even this late stage in the season, we've still got a lot to play for, and guys are still desperate to play and get out and contribute where they can.
Last thought on an individual, Ollie Stone obviously was in for this game on loan. What did you think? And obviously you got one more game, potentially 2 more games with him, but certainly one more.
Yeah, it's great to have a guy like Ollie, international bowler, one of the fastest in the country. To have him and the sort of his calibre and his experience to come in and help us is great. So yeah, I think to have him around the team, we're going to keep working with him and making sure that we get the best out of him for this next little bit. And yeah, anything is possible, and hopefully you can get a bit fired up and get going and really push and help us get over the line in the next couple of games.
Similarly for him, I'm sure rustiness on that first day.
Yeah, I think so. Having not spoken to him much or whatever, but yeah, I think he just wants to play well and just bowl. And I know that he hasn't got much opportunity to play and bowl in the red ball cricket this season. But a guy like him, if he's bowling well, it's only good for all of us, all cricketers. So it's great to see him, and hopefully he can keep going and the rust is off and he can just get fired up and bowl as fast as he can, as well as he can.
Appreciate your time. See you next week.
Cheers. Thank you.